Hello guys, welcome back and thank you so much for watching. I'm here today to talk through the most worn items in my wardrobe in 2019. These are always kind of, difficult's the wrong word, but the temptation when I do these videos is to sort of think about what you're wearing loads at the moment. So I was trying to think about what I wore most through the summer and what pieces I was wearing last winter and have also worn this winter. There's quite the list. I'm going to insert photos of outfits with them in from my Instagram, which is the main thing I've used to refresh my memory for this as we're talking through them. But let's just get straight into it. Let's start with jeans, which unfortunately at the bottom of the pile, this was easy, this one actually. The two most worn pair, one of them are inside out because they are still being worn so much. First from Toteme. These are the Toteme, I think they're called the regular jean, you know, standard, sorry. In the washed black. I've had these for actually probably nearly 2 years now, and they're just brilliant. They're so good. I actually went and purchased them in the like mid blue wash, which I'll talk about more in my monthly fashion report. But they've washed so well. They're like a perfect skinny leg but kind of sit a bit straight down the calf. They're so flattering. I found that I was wearing them a lot initially for evenings because they look really good with like a pointed boot, with a bit of a heel, or just like strappy sandals or whatever. And then I've just continued to wear them and wear them and wear them and wear them. I think these are probably even my most worn jeans, I'd go as far as to say. Well worth the price tag in my opinion, just because the fit is so great. I do believe Weekday have a kind of similar fit. Can't remember the name of it, but I'll link it in the description box, which I've not tried them personally, but I can definitely vouch for these ones. So much so I bought them in another wash. And the other pair, I think lots of people will guess this, are the Weekday Seattle jeans, which I also have in a lighter wash now, which I bought for testing basics. Because that was quite recent, although I have been wearing them a lot, these definitely have a lot more wear. I noticed the other day, the denim here is starting to fray a little bit. Can you see that? I don't know why there. Like, I can't work out. A handbag maybe, but I don't wear my handbags that low, so no idea why there, but they're still going strong. But that was the first kind of issue I've noticed with them. I love these jeans, still recommend them so much, have worn them so much throughout the year. They still fit great, still wear them now, have held their shape, wash amazingly, just can't say enough good things about them. So yeah, these two, a nice high street pair and a high end pair, and high end denim isn't normally my thing, but those Toteme ones really are very, very, very good. Let's stick with trousers. I've got two pairs of trousers that I feel like I've worn the most. First, which again I've had for a year and a half now. I bought them in LA, not the summer just gone, the one before that. They're these vintage linen trousers. They're from the vintage Reformation shop, but they're not by Reformation. But Reformation have a big sort of vintage store on Melrose in LA. My white linen trousers, I wear these every single summer, and I look forward to wearing them every single summer. And like always, lots of the outfits that I'm imagining before I'm getting to wear them for spring and summer involve these trousers. They're a really, really great fit. Even though they're linen, they kind of, like, you can fold them in your suitcase and they're okay-ish on the other end. Like, I have linen trousers that don't hold up as well as these. But I really just absolutely love them, and I think they've been true to my style for a really long time, and the fit of them is amazing and the shape's amazing. And to me, I think it's quite a timeless piece of my wardrobe, and I'm not going to get bored of that shape of trouser and the fit. So these definitely, you'll see them loads again this summer for sure, just basically as soon as it's warm enough. I really want to wear them with like a cream knit as well and some trainers when it just isn't absolutely pissing it down endlessly. And the other pair of trousers I picked out to be worn a lot, these ones from Raey. I bought these in April, so kind of not for the whole year, but I wore them so much while it was still cool enough, and then I've picked up wearing them again in the winter. They are wool trousers, so you really can't wear them in the summer. Unlike the Ami ones that I've been talking about a lot recently, which are going to be the next testing basics, these are 100% wool, so they are just really woolen. There's no other way of describing them. But the shape is amazing. They're not too dissimilar in shape to the Reformation ones. Obviously the fabric's very different, which offers quite a different structure. But I love them, love them. They wear them with trainers, I wear them, I'm going to talk about shoes later, but I wore them with sandals when it was kind of at the transitional time. I've just worn them so much and will continue to wear them. I took the hems down on them so that they were a little bit longer. they just have, I actually really want to wear them today now, I'm talking about them so much. They have such an amazing fit to them, and really just sit beautifully on the body. I love them so much. I'm not sure if they're still available, but I will link them if they are. I think they also did them in black. I had the navy blue pair. It's a really dark navy, so it's lovely. And as with all Raey things, the quality and the finish on them is just beautiful, and you could just have them in your wardrobe forever and ever. So these trousers from Raey were definitely very well loved and very well worn. I have one pair of shorts I want to talk about, which were these ones from Asceno. These were gifted to me at the beginning of the summer. They have come out of the summer section of my wardrobe, which is currently obviously not ironed or anything like that. But these were sort of significant for me this year because they got me into really baggy, oversized shorts, which was something that took me a while to get into. They are generally quite unflattering, and that was why I sort of didn't really get on board with it straight away. But then I got these and I loved them. They're super pricey. Asceno do very expensive linen, and like I said, they were gifted to me. But my gosh, did I wear these. There wasn't a holiday these didn't come with me on. You know what I'm trying to say. I wore them to the beach with a bikini and a big shirt. I wore them on evenings on holidays, again with a big shirt. That reminds me, there's a shirt I need to bring out. I just wore them so much, and will again this summer. Like I said, I'm trying to focus on pieces here that I know are still really relevant to my personal style, which these definitely are. I wore them in London with, like, I'll put a picture in, with a knit that I'm going to show you, and a pair of shoes that I'm going to show you, and a belt which I can't show you. But with just a transitional outfit as well. Loved it. With like socks and trainers and stuff, just loved them, wore them so much, and really liked them. So those are definitely getting a big thumbs up. And that's it for bottoms. Is that it for bottoms on my list? Yes, it is. So I've got one dress. Let's do the dress. Lots of you will be able to guess what this is. The Reformation Black Mini. I bought it in New York in April, so I haven't had it for a year yet. But my God, has this been worn. This has been on nights out, this has been on holidays, this has been out and about in London. It's a really simple black mini dress, but it's just so flattering. The neckline, everything. It's kind of quite loose fitting, so it's good when it gets really hot. It's got a split up the side, which is almost indecently short, but I personally really like it. I've worn it on its own countless times. I've worn it with jumpers over it on like cool evenings on holidays. I have just worn it to death and will continue to do so throughout this summer coming up. It's the best little black dress I've ever had. Again, I think they have very similar ones online, which I'll link, but I just put it in the washing machine and everything. It doesn't need to be dry cleaned, it just goes in the wash. Always comes out fine. Doesn't crease when you have it in your suitcase, so you can like scrunch it up, fold it, whatever, and then come out looking fabulous, and it's just wonderful. So that one has been worn so much. Let's do knitwear, and then there's a shirt, as I was talking about a shirt that I forgot to get out from the other room, so then I'm going to go grab that. Jumpers, I've got 3. They're all navy blue. Elizabeth, it's not good, but obviously there is obviously that is a colour I reach for a lot. The first is the And Other Stories oversized navy blue one, which I was talking about not so long ago. I shrunk this in the wash this year and then have since acquired another. And was gutted when I shrunk it in the wash. I was with Lindsay when I pulled it out, and she was like, oh dear, you've messed up that one. And I was like, it's my favourite jumper. It's such a good knit. They still have it available online, I believe, as well. Really nice and oversized. It's good because it's not cashmere, so I was managing to wear it a bit later on in the year, like I was saying with those transitional outfits with like the Asceno linen shorts with white jeans and sandals and stuff. Just a really versatile piece, and washes easily, as long as you have to wash it on a wool wash and it's fine. You can wash it and just dry it on your radiator. Just don't put it in a normal wash because it won't be fine. But it's just such a good jumper, and I wore it loads. This next one was kind of my summer jumper, which sounds like very much of a paradox. Is that the right definition of that word? Anyway, sounds quite contradictory. Paradox is the wrong word. There's this Everlane one, this cropped one from Everlane. I took this on every holiday I went on, just for, you know, when you have an evening away and it's been hot through the day, but then that walk home from dinner in the evening, you're a bit like, oh, it's a bit nippy now. So this I wore throughout last winter and then throughout the summer. So this is probably the most worn jumper of the year for me. Again, this has been through the wash umpteen times and is absolutely perfect still. I love the fit of this because it's quite cropped. It works firstly really well just thrown over your shoulders for an evening on holiday. Again, would work well with all your baggy shorts. I wore it over that Reformation dress that I mentioned and I loved that outfit so much. Probably one of my favourite outfits of the summer, that. Wore it with loads of denim shorts. Oh, I should probably mention another pair of denim shorts as well that I'm forgetting. Yeah, just with jeans, all the obvious ways you style a jumper as well. I really liked wearing this with the Toteme jeans that I mentioned because it's quite cropped and those Toteme jeans are so high-waisted. Such a flattering combination. Yeah, honestly, I've worn it so much and will continue to. I feel like I'm a broken record saying that. The last one we'll talk about briefly. I had to mention it because of how much I'm wearing it recently, but it's the men's Uniqlo cashmere. I don't know when I bought this, guys, maybe like 3 months ago, do you reckon? So a recent one in the wardrobe, but there hasn't been a week where I haven't worn this at least once since I bought it. That's how attached to this I have been. So I couldn't not mention it because it's just the best piece. I have it in a large, in the navy blue, would 100% get it in other colours. I was eyeing it up in the light grey the other day, but then made myself walk away because I have some light grey jumpers. Won't talk about it too much more because, my God, have I talked about this, but that has been so hugely worn. Let me go and grab the other things from the room that I'm remembering as I go. Right, I've got the two things thought of as I went. Another pair of shorts, these Arket denim shorts. I can't believe I overlooked these initially. Also have them in black. These were sort of my gateway shorts to being able to wear the Asceno ones, which are baggier, whereas these are an amazing length. They're still slightly longer length than a typical denim short, I would say. But because they're quite a lot tighter through the waist and the bum, they're more flattering. These were just honestly the best shorts of the summer. Like I said, I had them in black too, and wore them so much. And the length of denim shorts, they're really good. I can't see myself going back to really short shorts anytime soon, personally. Absolutely loved those. And then the white shirt of the summer is the Uniqlo men's linen shirt. I have this one in an XL. This was worn within an inch of its life. I have two of them and I always packed them both on holiday because one to sort of wear by the pool and get all gross and sticky and sun creamy, and one to wear out. I wore it with denim shorts, I wore it with linen shorts, I wore it with skirts underneath, mini skirts and things. There was nothing I didn't wear this with. I wore it under jumpers, I wore it under blazers. I just wore this shirt. And it's held up amazingly, has washed really well. Obviously it's a crinkled mess because, like I said, it's come out of the unprepared summer section of the wardrobe. But yeah, still wholeheartedly recommend these linen shirts. They're just brilliant. Such a good piece. So that's that. Now, I've only got one jacket to talk about here. Oh, t-shirt wise, it's in the wash. I did Testing Basics white t-shirts, and I think I've gone on to wear them all, so it's hard to pick out one, but I felt like I couldn't not talk about t-shirt in this video, about things I've worn the most, when you guys know. I live in t-shirts underneath my jumpers especially, but then a white t-shirt is such an essential throughout the summer. Like I said, I've reached for them all, but I think my favourite would be the Arquette one, which I'll link in the description box, and I'll put a picture of me wearing it here. But yeah, I didn't want to focus on one too much because I do wear them all the time, and they're always in the bloody wash because I pretty much wear one every single day, whether it's under a jumper or then in the summer just on its own or whatever. But the Arket one, I think, which I'll link, would be the winner, but didn't want to dwell on that too much. Jackets wise, really struggled with this. I think I've gone with saying that my most worn jacket was this Arket Blazer. But I feel like I've got a really good selection of jackets, which I'm very fortunate for, so that I wear them all quite a lot. Like, there's the odd one that gets put to the side, but I was just looking through my wardrobe and I was thinking, I've reached for them all a lot. There isn't one standout one. And similarly for coats throughout the winter, like all of the coats that I have, I wear each of them in turn quite a lot. So in terms of picking the most worn one, I ended up going with this blazer just because I know I wore it a lot under some coats last winter, and I wore it a lot through spring and autumn. It's such a good blazer. It's not that oversized, so I really liked that styling for this time. This is actually the only black blazer I have, I think. Anyway, it's not too oversized, but it's really flattering to wear, and I wore it so much. Was just with so many different things, guys. Like, you'll have seen me wear it so much. I actually have just ordered another one from Arquette, which is quite a different shape and fit, which I'll again talk about in the monthly fashion review, but they have some great black blazers, and I just really obviously recommend it. It's got some shoulder pads in it, but nothing too much, and it was just a really great flattering fit. I really liked the way the lapel hung on this one especially. So yeah, that one is going as my most worn jacket, but that was a tricky category for me to focus on. Let's go on to accessories. We're at a good pace here. Not too much hanging around. My Dior belt, which I've lost, was definitely my most worn accessory of the year, hands down. I'm gutted that I lost it because I loved it so. I said Dior, I meant Chanel. Did I say Dior or Chanel? I mean Chanel, whatever I'm saying. Off Vestiaire, and it was just the best, and my god, did I wear that belt. A black belt with a gold buckle has been probably the strongest piece of my wardrobe definitely this year for how much I've worn it. I have another one now, which you'll know I talked about in my last monthly fashion report from Prada, and I do recommend investing in a belt personally. Vestiaire is a great place to look for vintage ones, but yeah, the Chanel one is no more, unfortunately, but that was definitely my most worn accessory. I wore that to death. Shoes, I've got a few pairs here. So the most worn trainer has to still be the Supergas. These could walk out of a room on their own. They're grim. I've been saying for ages that I'm going to wash them, and then every time I go to do it I'm like, no, I'm too scared, because if they get, I'd rather have them like this and be knackered and gross than not have them at all, because they don't do these ones anymore. They're called the Panata, part of the Superga Sport line. Love the colour of them more than anything. They look great with white socks, which has been a big feature for me this year, the white Muji socks that everyone talks about. It's been a huge part of my wardrobe. And these look great. I love the fact they're off-white with a white sock. Wore them with jeans, wore them in the summer with my shorts, wore them with my Reformation black mini dress, wore them with anything that I could possibly wear them with, which is everything. Wore them with those Raey Trousers, with the Reformation Trousers. Everything that I've shown in this video have been worn with these trainers. Like I said, they are grim now, but I still adore them. I was actually wearing them yesterday. Still wear them all the time. Will continue to. Will never part ways with them. Beyond attached. Don't want them too close to my face because they stink. They are that gross. That was the most worn trainer. Most worn boot. Struggles with this, but I reckon it's these Tod's ones. These are the Church's boots, but I think these are probably just one, especially recently for the most recent winter as opposed to the winter at the beginning of last year. I think I've worn these a little bit more. They are so comfortable. They're still knocking around online in the sale on various places. But yeah, I love the wooden stacked heel at the back. They look great with everything. The Toteme Jeans especially, I like. They're kind of chunky, but they're not too chunky, which I know has been a massive boot trend this season currently going on. So they sort of nod to that, but in a way that felt really nice and me. Really masculine, but also really flattering on the foot, and yeah, worn them so much. And they've worn in really well. Like, the sole kind of looks pretty like new, which is so good. Most worn sandals, I've got two pairs here. Oh, actually, I've got three, but three seems excessive when there's only one pair of everything else. Definitely the most worn were these ones from Everlane. These strappy black ones, which I became hugely attached to over the summer because they were just so easy, and I was kind of really into a barely there sandal. I feel like everyone should have a barely there sandal and a more chunky sandal, if it's your preference. The chunky ones aren't for everyone, but it does give you a nice styling option between each one and can make an outfit look really different. These are just found so chic and so flattering, and I don't think you need to hear me say again how they go with everything and blah de blah. They kind of look super flimsy because there's nothing to them. They literally look like they're going to fall apart, but they haven't at all. I heard lots of people with stories of wearing sandals like these over the summer where halfway through the day the strap would snap. These don't look like they're anywhere near to doing anything like that. Love the square toe, love them. Great shoes from Everlane. The other pair, I think, I've got two pairs of Dear Frances sandals, which if you're investing in a pair of sandals, Dear Frances will get my recommendation every day of the week. And I think I'm going to have to talk about these ones, which I've had for longer than a year. I think I've had them for probably about 3 years now. These I loved. I don't know if she does them anymore, but I've worn them within an inch of their life. They're probably the most comfy sandals I've ever had as well. They just did a lot for my style in terms of, I kind of like that they're really nana-ish. I love the colour of them, the shape of them, the fact that this sort of pattern of strappiness of the sandals is a little bit different to all the ones that I have. A slight heel, so they felt a bit more evening-y than the Everlane ones sometimes. And honestly, just so comfortable. I've worn these so excessively every single year that I've had them. As you can tell, they look really well loved, and they are pretty. They're just really well worn. But they're still going strong. They'll be a big part of my wardrobe for this summer as well. And are just, yeah, really great. Really great shoes. And then the final thing to talk about are a pair of heels. These are from Jimmy Choo. I bought them maybe in like April or May because I had 2 weddings to go to, and I wanted a new pair of heels that will come to something like a dance all night in. And these are the only pair of like strappy, proper going out heels that I've worn this year. And that's not an exaggeration. At no point have I worn any other shoes than these to go for a night out or anything dressed up. They're the Jimmy Choo, not a clue what they're called. I was going to try and say the name of them, but I've not a clue. This strappy lace-up ones, I'd call them. They come in 2 heel heights, one smaller than this. I think this is like 85mm maybe. I could dance, walk, do whatever I wanted in these all night long, and have done several times. They are brilliant shoes. I think they're some of the best heels I've ever bought. They look so good. Like, you can tie this long thing higher up the leg, have it bunched down by your ankle, whatever your preference is. But they're so flattering, look so good, and a classic. This kind of shoe was definitely a trend for the summer, I think. But I personally think that it's really classic going forward, and I know I'll get lots more wear out of them. Well worth the hefty price tag that Jimmy Choo comes with, because they're really comfortable. And again, even though they are so like delicate in the straps, that's all held together perfectly, and no signs of giving up the ghost anytime soon. So yeah, that's that. I hope you enjoyed. Everything that's still available will be linked in the description box. If there's anything that you think I'm missing out, do tell me and be like, but what about this? You wore this loads. But I feel like this is sort of everything, and what I'm really pleased about is that it's everything that I also want to wear going forward into the next year. And this year does feel like a significant year. Sorry, 2019 felt like a significant year of me really getting to grips with my style in terms of shopping better and knowing what was going to be better placed in my wardrobe. Oh, I've forgotten a pair of shoes I want to talk about, sorry. I was just thinking I've not talked about smart flats, Church's Brogues. I would just said that then because I just caught my Saline Loafers at the corner of my eye because they're in the corner, and I was thinking about putting those in, but I still wear them loads all the time. But I think in terms of smart flats, I wore these more this year, just. The Saline Loafers will be forever, have a place in my heart. But I bought these at the beginning of the year and wore them. They still need breaking in, but wore them so much. I actually think they're unbreaker-inable, which is a technical term, so apologies if you can't keep up. But you get going with it. It's not that you break them in, it's that you toughen your feet up, is what I've decided. So I got there with them and I was like, could walk in them all day long, absolutely fine. Through the summer, stopped wearing them because they're just, I think it's because they're so smart, like they feel like you can't even wear them with socks in the summer. Like you need something a bit chunkier, or like my Proenza ones maybe would work for that. And then put them back on in the autumn and was like, oh sweet Jesus Christ, back to square one. And I haven't worn them actually for a few weeks, so I'd probably be back to square one with them now. Love them so much. Like I said, I've just worn them loads and they still look great, really flattering on the foot. I have sort of been reaching for my Proenza ones more recently because I'm into the chunkiness of them. But these are way more classic and way more timeless for sure, and just a beautiful shoe. So sorry, I just remembered that then halfway through the outro. But yeah, that's definitely everything now. And as I was saying, it's all pieces that do feel really relevant for my style going forward, and like I've really gotten more and more in grips of what my personal style truly is. And there's been some developments, like I said, like being able to wear baggy shorts and feel comfortable in them, and I'm sure each of us will have those moments where you become comfortable wearing something that previously you weren't. Like I said in passing, wearing socks and shoes was a huge one for me this year. Small little styling things like that make your style feel quite fresh and new for a season, and it can be just small changes. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Your next video will be, I don't know, just stay tuned and we'll work that out. See you later.